blades, or
Right.
you still got to know where she's at to get her to the next understanding.
Right.
Like, so many people just say weird stuff. It's just like, just because they're a kid, you just use this fable. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we don't understand it well enough to reduce it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Because of our ignorance. But I took it as an opportunity and an exercise to learn more. If I couldn't explain it, that means I don't know enough. I need to, especially simple stuff like, why is the sky blue? You should be able to answer that for a kid.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. I know anything that I was told, to this day, I, like, if you tell me why to do or not to do something, it's going to stick a heck of a lot more than if you just telling me don't do that or do it this way. Okay, but why? Because you said so?
Right.
Whereas if you say don't do this, don't touch the oven because it's hot and will burn you and it will hurt, it's a lot better than don't touch the stove.
Right, and you know, you might love yourself. You might not. So the stove might be something you need to go through
Right,
a lot
right.
of. So I'm not going to say don't touch the stove. I'm going to say this is what will happen.
Right.
If you
Yes.
do.
Now make the decision on whether or not you
want to
touch
have
it.
a burnt hand.
Oh, right.
It's going to be hard to sleep for a couple nights. And there'll probably be a scar to remind you of it for your entire life. Neato stuff. But I don't recommend it.
Right. Kiwi's good because you can just cut it in half and then just like eat it with a spoon. Like a snack. Like a little snack pack.
You can just shove half of it right on your teeth and just kind of suck and pull the skin out.
Never done it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Camille. So exactly, kids are not dumb because they're kids. They just process things a little different. And when you take the time to explain it, you can be amazed at how they process and what conclusions they come to. Exactly.
No, they're way, like all the books I read, it was like, and then child development and blah, 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 and what they can and can't do. It's like, no, she's way ahead of this. And I was like, all kids are. This is garbage. Kids go through the milestones when you give them the tools to. There is the default minimum that'll just happen just because somebody else gave them the tools. But yeah, kids are just, it's too easy to talk about them in front of them than to, it's like, that's what people do. They act like they're not people. And it's so easy to do, but I mean, because they're not talking for a while.
Right.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, pie.
What kind of pie?
Do you want more salad?
No. This is gonna be plenty. Thank you. Oh wow! There you go. Your grandpa gave you a demonstration of why not to touch the fan. Says he put when I told me not to touch the fan, he put a broom handle through it and it chopped it up. And even as a kid, I respected equipment.
Yep.
You know?
That's good.
There you go. That's excellent.
You know, I remember working in a machine shop, and you know, you meet everybody there, and there's always one guy in a machine shop missing something.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys came in to buy their services, so he was looking at the equipment and seeing if he wants them to do things. And he comes over, and I'm just like, fast as I can, I grab the knife that I used to cut, and I just slice his tie off, because he just bent over, looking at a lathe that is spinning.
And his tie hung down.
I cut that tie, and I mean, the rest of it was gone. The rest of the tie was gone. I mean, like as it was starting to pull his head. Like I had to like I swung like this, and then I'm like pushing him like with my chest, because I was all spazzy. You know, coming at, I just remember like pushing him with my chest away from the knife. Because he's starting to get pulled down.
Oh my God.
And I'm